I want to acquaint you with a pair of knives from Bradford's kitchen cutlery line. The knives we're going to look at today are the chef knife and the paring knife. Both come in a custom riveted leather sheath. This little detail immediately tells me it isn't your run-of-the-mill kitchen knife. I'm really fascinated with the Bradford Knife Company because they use their personal experience paired with customer feedback to create something that is designed to be superior in function. They make an attractive product, but once you start to look a bit closer, hold one in your hand, and really use their knives, you start to see how they stand apart from a typical kitchen knife. The first thing that caught my attention when I picked up this knife was how incredibly lightweight it was. The paring knife is 1.7 ounces, and the chef knife only 5.4 ounces. I think sometimes weight is mistaken for quality, but if you spend any time in a professional kitchen like I have, you will notice almost all of the cutlery is super lightweight. The reason for this is if you're going to spend hours cutting, you want a lightweight tool to reduce fatigue. Bradford has captured this need for lightweight, but still created a feeling of quality through their overall look, balance, and materials. The handles on these guys is black 3D Microtextured G10. It has a nice texture to keep it grippy in your hand, even if your hands are wet, but it's still easy to clean and even dishwasher safe, although not recommended. These knives stay sharp forever. Because they're constructed with AEB-L steel and have excellent blade geometry specific to use in the kitchen, I choose this blade steel for my knives because while it's super hard, the blade steel is hardened to a 61 Rockwell, it has great edge retention, it's still sharpenable even for a lay person like myself. It takes an edge and holds an edge incredibly well. The blade is so thin, if you look at it here, you can really appreciate when cutting delicate items like tomatoes, the blade is deep enough to be resharpened over and over, but small enough that it doesn't add any unnecessary bulk. These knives are also made in MagnaCut and have a variety of scales if you prefer a different look or blade steel. If you look at the knife in my hand, you can immediately tell the weight and balance is perfect. The chef knife has a 7.4 inch cutting edge, which can accommodate most any kitchen task. I think it's interesting how they used a tumbled satin stonewash finish to offer proof of tooling on the blade. And you can really see that texture here. The paring knife is a nice size for delicate work. I like to use it for cutting herbs, as the blade can still be rocked. And at 3.8 inches on the cutting surface, it can get a lot of work done. Now the design of the handle is interesting. It fits comfortably in my hand. It's shaped so you can't slip off the front or back, but it can clearly accommodate a hand much larger than mine when needed. You can see where it truly shines because of the weight distribution. The tip naturally wants to be down on the cutting board. And when you see and rock it back, there's plenty of room so your knuckles won't hit, which is really the main reason for the depth on a chef knife. The depth also makes for a very nice way to scoop up the items you've just cut. At first glance, these knives may not strike you as being too exciting, but once you give them a close inspection and put them to work, you probably won't want to use anything else. I know I don't. We'll look more at Bradford in the future, but I really want to share these with you because they are sweet little knives and a must-have for anyone who likes to have the best tool for the job in their kitchen.